Hi, welcome to today's vlog. Got to start, I'm afraid, with some sad news, and that is that the Haymakers, which has been one of my regular gigs for the last 5 years, we've had a residency mostly as a trio. We've made some films there. For me, jazz is about responding to the nows.
Basically, when you hear these guys live, you hear everything in every instrument.
I do love the rhythm and the spontaneity.
It's just fantastic to listen to.
We've done loads of live stream videos. But sadly, this coming Sunday, the 2nd of December, will be the final ever Haymakers Jazz. Sadly, this will be the third venue in Cambridge that has stopped playing jazz in just the last 4 months. It's difficult to maintain it, and I understand it from the venue's point of view. This is the sort of 4th or 5th venue I've worked very closely with, organising jazz events. There was my very first one, which was a place called the Villa in Ray Green. It's actually where my brother got married at in the end. They stopped because they moved more towards weddings, and so the jazz kind of thing came to an end there. There was the Key Hotel in Deganwy in North Wales, where we used to travel up from London and do that. That stopped because the manager changed. Actually, to be fair, that one stopped because I moved to Northern Ireland, but they were continuing with it, and then the manager changed, and that was the end of that. There was SD Bells in Belfast, where I started a jazz brunch, which I'm pleased to say is still thriving, still going well, since I left mainly. No, it was doing okay when I was there as well, but that's now, I mean, gosh, it's 7 years ago now since we moved, and probably 9 years ago since we started the SD Bell gig, and that's still going, so that's fantastic. Then there's the Haymakers, of course, which will be the last one on Sunday. Saffron Hall still doing very, very well, but you know, it ebbs and flows. I mean, for 5 years for a pub to be supporting jazz has been really, really good. It's been really amazing. We've had the opportunity to host a number of jam sessions where we've had students and other people coming along from the Cambridge jazz scene. We've had some special guests. I'll always remember the fact that we played basically the same set a week before the Haymakers to about 40 people who paid to get in free, and then 700 people paid over £20 a ticket to come and hear this, almost the same set a week later in a theatre. Kind of shows you kind of the emphasis people put on the things that they pay for rather than they don't pay for. Both gigs were equally good, but you know, it's come to that point, and I totally understand why. It will be sad because it's been a great place for me to have students along to play, both adult and under 18 students occasionally, and I know this Sunday coming we've got some very, very talented young people coming along to play, and that's the hard thing about it. When these places like Hot Numbers, like I spoke about in this vlog, and other places like that start to stop doing music, it becomes harder and harder for younger people to make a breakthrough, be it a jam session or invited in as a guest, those kind of things. You know, I cut my teeth on those sort of gigs early on, and even, you know, cut my teeth learning to be a band leader and learning to organise gigs at places like the Villa. Now coming up to, gosh, 15 years ago when I started there was this daft rule in the UK called the 2 in a bar rule, which basically meant that if you had a duo you didn't need to have a music licence. Licensing laws changed in the UK, I think 2003, 2004, because I remember there was a campaign sort of telling Tony Blair be careful where he played his guitar, because apparently he liked to play his guitar a little bit, which the union did. Then there was a complete mess up about how music licenses was going to be, which has changed. But actually that licensing act has had more of a change, and some venues would argue the smoking ban. As a musician and someone who suffers from asthma who is not a smoker, I really appreciated the fact that I don't have to play in smoky venues anymore. People in the UK will know about Roy Castle, who died of lung cancer from just passive smoking. But So I'm definitely grateful for that, for the health benefits, but it certainly has changed the scene. That would be definitely a fair thing to say. And I'll be sad to see the Haymakers end, but please, if you can, join us, come along and jam if you want to, and I'll try and see if we can live stream at least the second set for you on Sunday. So my finger is really starting to hurt again. If you're not sure about what I'm talking about, check out this vlog when I broke it and when I've also had the Mark 6 altered. I learnt this at the RNCM Saxophone Day when one of the teachers there was talking about using the slow-mo on your iPhone camera to basically look at technique errors, but I actually thought it'd be a good idea to find out in slow-mo and close-up kind of what am I doing with that finger, because when I was playing that Yamaha, it wasn't hurting as much as when I've been playing the Mark 6 recently. And one of the things I used to always have on the saxophone was pad risers on my Mark 6. I took them off because I thought that was causing a problem with the finger, but I noticed that on the Yamaha saxophones, especially the D palm key is much closer to my hand than it is on the 6 without. So I'm going to put the palm key back on. We'll see what happens, see how that feels. Certainly, as you can notice, if I go to the slow-mos, when I'm on the Mark 6, I'm certainly not I'm hitting the edge of the key far more often than what I'm doing when I'm on the Yamaha. I don't know. I don't know whether that's causing the problem or what. You know, he's making the finger very, very sore. But obviously I don't want to be doing too much damage to it at this moment in time. But I've got a lot of practice I need to catch up on as well. That seems to have solved it a little bit. I guess I'm not putting my hand in the right position, which is causing... Definitely a video I'm going to follow up with though, because there's pictures of Charlie Parker, of Coltrane. I've noticed the picture I've got of Bird's doing exactly the same thing with his G finger. So yeah, I mean, that's about the only thing I am doing the same as Bird, but there we go. Spent the last hour teaching a lesson on giant steps. Contrary to popular belief, I do think giant steps is an amazing thing to practice. Just don't necessarily think it's always an amazing thing to perform. Think a bit of Coleman Hawkins, a bit of Bean. Before he starts, don't forget, Saturday is the 1st of December. It's the start of Advent. Last year we did the Advent calendar with all the different saxophone players, 25 different saxophone players in 24 days. Just checking that microphone again. All with their own playlist and a little brief video as part of the vlog back then. Don't forget, you can always go out and check them out anytime, including any episode of the vlog, as far as back as we go to April 2016. Oops. But yeah, let me know what you'd like to see in the vlog on the way out. I'm not going to do another advent calendar, that nearly killed me last year, trying to do 24 different videos with loads of different playlists, but it's definitely worth checking out. One thing I have thought about doing is I did a CD recommendation that I spoke about in the list in the vlog, and also maybe some Santa's list for saxophone players. Let me know if you've got any ideas. Let me know if you've got some decent things that you've been bought for Christmas as a saxophone player. Let's see if we can compile a decent list to Santa for everyone in this community. Thank you very much for watching today. It's been a great pleasure having you on the vlog. Don't forget to check out my last vlog here. This is what I was up to at this time last year. Hit that subscribe button and I will see you really soon for a new vlog, including a chance to hear a Yamaha custom against the Atelier Yamaha as well. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.